Listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is National Lutheran Schools Week. We're having too much fun in studio.
Way too much fun.
With students this week. National Lutheran Schools Week is just a fun time for us here at the International Center as several schools make their way into the International Center, spend some time with us, presenting wonderful music for chapel. And some of them are ever so courageous to come in the studio and talk with us, too, and answer questions. So we're very thankful to have some time with Lutheran High School of St. Charles County today. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting the Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us in studio today, two juniors from Lutheran High School, St. Charles County. We have Abby. Good morning, Abby.
Morning.
And Carter. Good morning, Carter.
Good morning.
And Mr. Brian Scheller, a Director of Music Activities and Spiritual Life Coordinator for Lutheran High School of St. Charles County. Mr. Scheller, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for bringing some wonderful students and music today for chapel as well. That was just beautiful.
They're wonderful. I'm very blessed to work with them on a daily basis. So,
well, I'm looking forward to meeting just two of the students from the choir today that are joining us today. So, Abby, tell us about why your family chose Lutheran High for you.
Well, at first we were looking at different options for high schools, and Lutheran High, the most important thing to me and my family was that it's a very Christian education. You're always surrounded by Christ-like people, and you have a lot of biblical classes, and there's just a lot of Christ-centered activities going on, and that was very important to us.
Carter, what about you? Why did your family choose Lutheran High?
Probably the first reason was because my mom actually went to Lutheran High and graduated from there. And so she really had a great experience and a fun time there. And it really helped prepare her for college. Lutheran High is a college preparatory school. And so that really helped her with that. And another important thing, like Abby said, is that it's a Christian education. Every class we begin with prayer. On Mondays and Fridays, we have devotions. Wednesdays, we have chapel, which I also play the piano for.
Nice.
And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have student-led small groups. So we're always surrounded by faith in a faith environment.
Lots of talk about devotions and prayers. It's all very good stuff. When do you get to learn about Jesus during your school day, Carter?
Well, every year from freshman to senior, we take a theology course. They're getting renamed actually next year, but when I took them, freshman year is a Old Testament, sophomore is New Testament, junior is a being in the church class. I took that last semester. It's a really fun class. It talks about getting active in the faith life and being an active member of the church. And senior year, you take Christ in the church or Christ in the world, which I haven't taken yet, so I don't know about that. But we take a class every year.
Who teaches your theology classes? Who did you have for your theology classes?
I had two different teachers. I had Mr. Dan Kreinkamp, who was my freshman and sophomore, and this year we had a new teacher come in, Kendra Rickert, Mrs. Rickert, who's awesome. She's a member of Chapel of the Cross.
Mr. Kreinkamp is also a DCE. Just thought
of course. You
thought I'd point that out.
You had to say that, didn't you?
I'm thankful for DCEs. Abby, tell us about learning about Jesus at Lutheran High for you.
I've had a lot of the same experiences as Carter, and it's just, I'm also a student small group leader, so it's really fun for me to be able to prepare devotions for my small group and be able to talk with them about their relationship with Christ and just help build that community.
As juniors, maybe you could see the light at the end of the tunnel a little bit. Preparing, it's spring semester of junior year. Are you excited about senior year?
I am, for one. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I am too.
What do you think you will value most after senior year, after graduating from Lutheran High? Abby, what do you think you'll value most and take with you into the next chapter in life?
I really think, personally, I'll value the relationships that I had with my teachers and all my friends at school. That is something that's so important to me. I love having relationships with people and just making new friends, so I'm going to definitely carry that with me. But from an education standpoint, we have a lot of dual credit classes, and those are definitely preparing me very well for college. So I think that'll be really helpful.
That's awesome. Carter, what about you?
Something huge I'll take with me as I move on is someone who is very musical. I'm in both choir and orchestra.
Nice.
And as someone who is heavily considering going into music ministry, I'll definitely take that Christ is center sort of view and outlook that we have at Lutheran High. And it's also helping me prepare for just music in general, taking all 4 years of music, which is my intention, and I've done so far. And also having a good community centered around Christ is really important, as well as, like Abby said, the college prep aspect, the Christian environment, all is just great and is helping me get a start.
Do you have, Carter, I think I may know your answer to this, but do you have a favorite class at Lutheran High? Maybe I don't know. Maybe you'll surprise me.
Well, Mr.
Answer
Scheller is
carefully here. No, kidding. Totally
Mr.
kidding.
Scheller is
Totally
giving me
kidding.
the evil
No.
eye.
I'm joking.
Sorry,
I'm joking.
did not mean to get you in trouble.
Well, obviously, music is in fact my favorite class. I can probably choir more than orchestra. But beside that, I took last semester I had a U.S. history class. That class was awesome. And the biggest thing that I've liked about getting more advanced in high school is the fact that they start treating it like college. So they'll, because in freshman I felt kind of like I was treated like just middle schooler, right? But now I feel like I'm actually, learning, and its assignments are all posted in advance. So it's just, that's another big part, is I get to learn what it's going to be like.
Yeah, awesome. Abby, what about you? Do you have a favorite class?
Well, I love choir, obviously.
Of course.
You really don't have to say that. I was totally kidding. That's not why I picked you guys. No, just go.
I do love choir, but I love literature classes. I had an American literature class last semester, and that was really fun for me. There was a lot of essay writing, a lot of just reading, and those are like two of my favorite things to do. So that was really enjoyable for me.
Super cool.
So everybody loves choir, apparently.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
As they
with
should.
that.
No, just kidding.
Mr. Scheller, what makes Lutheran High School of St. Charles County unique?
This is my second year there, and the best part about being part of it is we are our own community. We're small enough that the students know us, and we kind of get these very personal relationships with students, and we were able to talk to them about faith in ways that sometimes you kind of miss if you're just kind of teaching your subject area. And I get to dive into that with the students. I think that makes us unique. We're small enough that we're personal, but we're big enough that we still offer all those other things that a large high school offers. We have great athletics. We have great music. We have an amazing robotics program. We have all these crazy cool things at Lutheran High. And I'm blessed to be a part of the community because it's just you feel like family. We call it the Cougar family, and it really does feel like a family.
So why are the arts an important part of a Lutheran education?
So much of the Lutheran heritage, the Lutheran tradition, at least in my view, is tied directly to music. I mean, Bach. We have so many great Lutheran traditions in classical music, and continuing out now. I think it's really important for us to carry on that tradition of singing, making music, making joyful sound to the Lord. And it's really hard when you see public schools and other schools that have to cut on the arts. And I think that limits student expression. I think you have so many tools in the arts that allow students to be themselves and express themselves in ways that you really can't in a math class or a science class. This gives them an outlet, and I like being that outlet for them. They're fun to be around, and they keep me on my toes sometimes.
And Martin Luther wrote hymns, so there's part of that.
Yeah, we got
that too.
We got that.
So you mentioned, I think students have mentioned orchestra and choir. What are other opportunities for the arts at Lutheran High?
We have a phenomenal, I'll plug our other art teachers, Mrs. Krazel and Mrs. Maddock. They do a wonderful job in the visual arts. We have a drama program that is also very well done. We're slowly starting to expand the music offerings. It's taken us a little bit, and with COVID and some other things, I mean, we kind of have been pulling together, but we offer the two students over here actually sing for worship in chapel occasionally when I need them to. They're always first to step up. So there's a lot of like those kind of experiences. Plus, we do what the public schools do. So we go to the State Solo and Ensemble Festival. We go to the state festivals. We do all the same stuff. In fact, Carter is actually an alternate for the Missouri All-State Choir. Yeah. We're hoping we're getting a phone call today or tomorrow, awesome. So we can go down and be a part of that experience. So I mean, we do all the same things that the bigger high schools do.
That's exciting.
I know, it's super exciting. Cool. Carter and Gavin are my first two students that have ever qualified for All-State. I'm giddy. I want them to be in so bad. So next year, if not this year, they will be in next year. Absolutely. I promise.
So do they still have all district as well? Did you get to do all district?
I was right. So this year was the first year they actually had, because usually there's one choir. They did two different choirs. Oh. And so they had a girls SSAA choir and then a all parts SATB choir for, and most of that choir was made up of the All-State candidates, and then you had to do another audition for All-State. So being an alternate is the next two. So in each district, the top 4 auditions are selected of each voice part. So a total of 16 are qualifiers. The alternates are the next 2 in line. So I'm the first alternate for the basis. So that means that based off the auditions that I had, I was number 5 in this St. Charles County District for bases.
Well, that's all over. That's all the private schools in St. Louis. Well, St. Louis Public Schools, Francis Howell, Fort Zumwalt. We have 2 out of all those schools. We have 2 students from Lutheran High in there, and that's huge.
That is. Congratulations. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, that takes me back quite a while.
I know, right?
It's been a while since I've been in high school, but the fun, I got to sing in all district. Never made it to state, but that was really awesome.
Solo ensemble is so fun too.
I feel your excitement and joy. Yes. That's great. Mr. Scheller, how can we learn more about Lutheran High School of St. Charles County?
You can visit our website. We are LutheranHighSt.Charles.com. You can come out. Actually, coming with me today was our director of admissions. We actually are starting our enrollment process right now. It's available on our website. But you can call our school 636-928-5100 and talk with Micah Brady, our admissions counselor, and our director of enrollment. I guess that's his official title. And we'd love to have you guys out there. It's a great opportunity, and we're growing by leaps and bounds. So
this year is our biggest year that we've ever had.
Yep.
Wow.
It's going up every year.
Yep.
Outstanding. Cool. Outstanding. Abby, Carter, thank you so much for taking some time out of your tour today here at the IC to spend some time on the coffee hour with us.
Thank you.
Mr. Scheller, thanks so much for bringing students and sharing some time on the coffee hour with us today.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.